Hello and welcome back everyone to today's webinar. I'm Tanya Gupta and I'll be both your host and your trainer for today's session. As you might know that this webinar series is designed to guide you through the various features and capabilities of XEBO. Each session, we focus on a different topic like survey creation, collecting responses, building dashboards, etc., giving you a deep dive into how you can use the tool to achieve your goals. On the agenda for today's session. So, in today's session, we will be focusing on analyzing the data collected. I'll be taking you through the various features and functionalities that we can use to view the data that the respondents have given and export it, carry out various studies, etc. At the end of the session, we will be having a Q&A round where we'll be answering all your questions. So let's start analyzing the data with XEBO. Now, in the previous sessions, we have already seen how to create the surveys, apply logics in it, add actions so that we can generate the tickets and close the loop. We have also seen the collect module to carry out, to share the surveys through various channels like emails, SMS, WhatsApp, etc. Now, once we have the responses on the survey, the next step would be to analyze those responses. For that, we have the analyze module. So this is specific for every survey. Once we are in it, we will be able to see, firstly, it will be divided into three different categories. We have reports, we have studies, and then we have export the data option. So, firstly, under reports, you will be able to see the summary of the responses that you have received. You can see the total started, like all the people who have started the surveys. Out of that, the responses that have been completed, then you can also see if there are any dropouts of the survey or if anybody was disqualified due to any logics or quotas that you have set in the survey. You can also see the average time that is taken by the respondents to fill in the survey, and you can also see the completion rate. Then, once you scroll down, you will be able to see the net trends that can be, viewed on the daily basis. Or if you want to see the weekly data, you can do that as well. You will be able to see, let's say, in the week ending 21st April, 11 responses were captured. Similarly, for daily data as well, on 23rd April, 10 responses were captured. On 22nd, only one response was captured. So you will be able to see the net trends. If you further scroll down, you will be able to see the question wise summary. Like for each question, you will be able to see the charts that have been created by default, right? You can see, let's say we have this particular question, do you want to start the survey? You can see the pie charts have been created for it and the further bifurcation that if there are, multiple responses, you can see the count and the percentage. So you can see here 86% people have selected yes on this particular question and rest have selected no and maybe. Similarly, for the rest of the questions as well, which is, let's say, please select gender, you will be able to see here that out of the entire gender we can see that 41% were male and 56% were females, right? And then again for 4% we have for others. So these charts will be by default created for you. In case you want to change these chart types or anything, let's say you don't want a pie chart here, in case you want a bar chart, you will be able to change that as well. So that is also something that you can do. So this is the question wise summary that we have here. Similarly, for rest of the questions as well, it will be created by default. Now, in case you want to share this particular view with anyone, you can do that. You have this option to share the shareable link. You can just copy it and the particular view would be shared with anyone. So also this link, this will be like in real time. So as in when you'll have more responses, it will be automatically populated here. Then you can further filter the data here based on time period. You can select for this particular week, month. In case you want a custom time period, you can do that as well. And then you have advanced filters that can be applied based on the response status. In case you just want to see the completed responses, so you can do that as well. if you want to filter out based on any particular collector, let's say you just want to see the data for the responses that have been captured through email collectors. So you can filter that out as well. And then we have advanced filter that can be used to see the data based on questions or embedded data. So we have that option available as well. So this is the first thing that you see as soon as you go to the analyze, which is the summary. Now, further, we'll be having individual response as well. So each response that is given on the survey, it will have a unique response ID. Using the individual response, you will be able to see the entire response sheet of an individual. If you click on it, you'll be just taken to the sheet. You can see all the responses that a particular respondent has given on a particular question. And if there are any embedded data or any other values as well, you will be able to see that here. Like you can see here, name is Tana, email ID, mobile number, right? And then other data like the country and the city as well. So these are some individual these are the data based on the individual level. Here on the response page as well, this is the view that you'll be getting. You'll be able to see the e-datas, the mode with which that particular response was captured, whether it was through API collector or emails or web link, the status, whether it's completed, disqualified, or incomplete. You will also be able to see the start time and the end time for that particular response. Then you have the option to filter it out here as well based on time period and other options. Then you have the settings options. In case you want to see some additional data on this view, you can do that as well. So you have metadata. Let's say you don't want name and email on this particular view, and you just want to view the gender for that particular person, right? So you can just select these settings from here and save it. So you can see that name and email is no longer visible here, and you are directly able to see the response of this particular question here. So instead of going into the response sheet of the respondents, you can directly see the names. You can directly see the option that they have selected on this particular question. So this is individual response. Further on, we have audio and video analysis. So I'll just be taking you through another survey that I have here. So audio and video analysis, we have a question type in the survey. One is to add audio and one is to add video. This is something that we can use to allow our respondents to give in-depth details of of their experience. And to analyze those experience based on the audio and video, you have the audio video analysis. To create it, you can simply just use this option, give it a name, let's say test audio, and then you can select the question for which you want to create it. In case it's an audio question, you can select from here, or video question, you can just select that from here. Once you do that, this is how the view would be. So all the response that the respondent has given, whether it is through audio or video, the sentiment of that response will be captured here. So like you can see here, I didn't like the product, it was defective, etc. So it's a negative response. So it will by default be categorized in this particular segment that is negative, and it will be shown in orange color. Here you can see, the all the keywords that were used for giving the responses. Those would be highlighted here with the colors in what sense they have been used. So if it's positive sense, then it would be in green color. If it's a negative, then it would be in this orange color. Similarly, we have for video as well. If you'll just go to it, all the videos that the respondent has given, again, the sentiment of that would be analyzed and would be classified into negative and the positive category. So that's your audio and video analysis. Then we have report scheduler. Report scheduler is something that you can use to send out the reports. Basically, you can schedule the reports and it will be sent to particular email that you are adding here. So let's say you want to send the report every week, once every week, or maybe let's say even daily, if you want to send a daily report at EOD to particular email ID, right? So you can just give it a name. You can add whatever name you want this report to have. You can select the time and the frequency, the format, how you want to share the data, whether it is going to be a PDF format or Excel or CSV. So you can select that as well. Add the email IDs of the people to whom you want to send it to, and the report would be sent. So like I have again one created here. So this particular report has to be sent daily at this time to these particular email IDs, and it would be a PDF format. So as soon as this time period would be met, the reports would be automatically sent to those IDs. So that's how you can schedule the reports as well. Then you have the share option, which is again, you can share the responses that you have captured in form of a link as well. So again, the process is similar. We just create a report, give it a name, let's say overall, and then select the attribute. So these are basically different modules that we have on our analyze section. We have question summary that we have seen previously. Then these are the various studies that we can carry out. So you can just select all the values, all the modules that you want to share with the respond with any user. Let's say I just want these three particular tabs, and in cross tab as well, I just want to share this particular cross tab. So we'll just save it. Once we do that, a link would be generated for us that we can share with anyone. So this is how the view would be for those users with whom you are sharing the link. It will be up to them. They can just select the module that they want to see. In case they want to see the question summary, the overall summary, they can just select this. If they want to see the screen out analysis, they can just select the module from this drop down, and they will be able to see that particular data as well. So that's how you can share reports as well in a link format. And lastly, under reports, we have usability testing. So this is a usability testing feature to test the concepts created using Figma. Using this feature, you can directly see on the platform, you can evaluate the ease of a design by observing real user interaction through heat map. So I'll just be taking you to another survey again. So we have this. Basically with this you will be able to see how the users navigate through the design, where they are struggling. You can create expected paths here, like I have a prototype added here, and I have created various paths here. So once you go to the analyze under usability testing, you will be able to basically see with the heat maps where the users have clicked on, like on this particular view, the one which is in orange, this is the area where the users have clicked maximum time. So likewise you will be able to analyze that on this particular flow, how the users went from the initial till the end point. So you can use the heat maps to analyze that as well. So that's under reports. Now moving forward, we have studies, right? So firstly, under studies, you have cross tabs. Cross tabs or cross tabulations are something that you can use to show relationships between two or more variables by displaying their data in like metric format. To give an example, firstly, let's see how to create it. Just click on create cross tabulations. You can just give it a name. Let's say 23 and save. Then you can select the variables. One you'll add in row format and another in the column. So let's say I want to see the gender data and I want to analyze it further based on some other question that I have in the survey. You can use it for embedded data as well or derived variable. But let's say I just want to show it on the basis of a question, and I will be selecting what all products did you buy from us. So like this, a table would be created and you will be able to see that for these gender and for the products that they have bought. So you will be able to analyze that together. So we can see here, this is currently giving us the count of the responses. In case you want to see the row percentage or the column percentage, you will be able to do that as well. So the red one is the row percentage and the blue one is the column percentage. You can see here that out of the total people who have selected table option, which is like 6, out of them 4 were male and 2 were female. So that kind of gives an idea that tables are more preferred by a male. Similarly for others as well, so far we have 4 responses, like out of the total 7 who have selected so far, 4 were male and 3 were female. So likewise, you will be able to analyze multiple variables here together. So that's cross tabulation. In case you want to share it, you can do that as well. Just copy the link from here and share it with anyone that you want. Then we have derived variables. So derived variable is something that you can use to create a new variable using the existing data or the values. So you can create buckets here, or you can use logics or formulas as well. So let's take an example. You have an NPS question in the survey, and all the people who have given you a poor rating, let's say 0 to 6, should be categorized as critical or maybe red alert or something like that. So you want to bucket those ratings into one category and all the other responses into another category. So we'll just be simply creating a derived variable, add a name for it. Let's say this is NPS rating, NPS rating, or let's say NPS criteria. Then you can select the source, whether it's on the basis of a question or an embedded data. So here we are creating it on the basis of the NPS question. So now you can just create buckets and just drag and drop all the ratings that you want in a single bucket. So let's say 0 to 6, I want in one, which is, let's say, critical. And rest of the options, rest of the ratings, I want in another category, which is, let's say, average or something like that. Right. So you can just give these buckets a name and create it. So that's how you create it. Once you have added the derived variable, you will be able to see an additional column in the exported file when we'll be exporting the data in the Excel or any other format. So we'll be able to see an additional column there by the name of the variable that we have created. And all the responses would be categorized in that particular bucket. So when we'll be exporting that, I'll just come back to this. Moving forward on the studies, we have dropouts. So dropouts are basically to analyze the people who have left the survey in between. It could be because of various reasons, maybe because of a technical glitch, or maybe because of lack of interest or any other reason. So using this analysis, you can see where the respondents have, dropped out of the survey at the maximum time. So you can see here currently two people dropped out of this survey at this question. So that is something that you can conduct using the dropout analysis. Again, in case you want to share it, you can just share the link with anyone. Then similar to dropout analysis, we have the screen out analysis as well. So this is in case anybody is taken out of the survey due to maybe any logics that you have set in the survey, or maybe if you have added a quota restrictions or anything like that, so they are involuntarily taken out of the surveys, they are screened out of the surveys. So to conduct that analysis, you can use this. You can see where the maximum people were taken out of the surveys. Quota analysis, this we had already seen in the previous session, so I'll be moving forward. Participant statistics is something again that is that you can use to see the email statistics. Basically, when you are sending the surveys through email collectors, you will be able to see the total invites that were sent in case any email was bounced, or if the respondent has viewed the data, the responses that have been completed, participation percentage. So all that can be seen from here as well. And lastly, on the this studies, you have MaxDiff. MaxDiff is basically which is used for max different question type. So we have a question type in the survey which is called as max difference. This is something that you can use to figure out which item your users prefer most, or prefer the least. So like this, you will be able to see some data, and you can see the overall preferences of each of the options that you have provided them. You will be able to track that from here. So that's under studies. Then lastly, we have here export data, which is again to export the data from the platform. So you can export it in multiple formats. You have Excel, you can export in SPSS format or CSV. Then you can also apply filters here based on the time period. In case you have any saved filter from the previous filter settings that we had seen, you can just select that as well. If you want to export, let's say you just want to export the data for the completed response, you can filter out that, as well as the on the collector level. So you can just make all these settings here before exporting it. And once you do that, you will be able to see this message, and under export history you can see that the file is currently being prepared. So once the status changes to ready, you will be able to see that the download button becomes active. So currently it's under preparing stage. So once the file is ready, you will be able to download it. So how the file would look is all the responses that are there, it will be captured in it along with the e-data that have been, captured in the survey. And we can also see the like all the responses that are there. So all that will be added here, right? So these are the responses that were given on this question. So that is how you will be able to export the file as well. Now, lastly, we have Text Genie, which is basically a newly launched advanced module, which is used to carry out in-depth analysis of open-ended customer feedback. So when you have any open-ended questions in your survey, you can use it to see the sentiment, to evaluate the sentiments of the customers better using different themes and sub-themes. To create it, we have again this option. You can just simply click on create, give it a name. Let's say this is test webinar, and then you can select the survey. So let's say I'm just selecting this one. You can add the questions. So we need an open-ended question since this is to analyze that. We'll just select that and add and just click on next. So it might just take a few minutes for the data to populate here. Once it is done, you will be able to see some themes that have been automatically, identified, and you can just click on next. So the entire layout would be created. So I have one module that is ready for me. So I'll just explain through that. This is how it would be looking once it's done. It will be bifurcated into two tabs. We have home and we have feedback. So under feedback, you will be able to see that all the comments that the respondents have given, those would be broadly classified into two categories. Firstly, positive and negative. Like you can see here that this is a positive response. The customer is praising about the quality of the food and about the value for money as well. So it's classified under the positive category. Similarly, here the customer is giving a poor response about the taste and everything. So it's a negative, it's calculated as the negative response. Further, these responses will also be bifurcated, will be classified into themes. And in those themes, we'll be having a sub-theme. So here, the broad theme is value for money, since the customer has praised about the money as well here, that it's cheap and it's tasty. And the other theme that we have is about the food quality. In this particular theme, we have a sub-theme that is affordability and satisfaction because the respondent has praised about that it is affordable. So we have the broad theme, which is value for money, and in that we have a sub-theme, which is affordability. Similarly, another theme that was identified in this response was about the food quality and taste, and the sub-theme was that it is positive taste experience. So like this, all the responses here will be bifurcated and segregated into various themes and sub-themes. For each response, for each comment, there can be multiple themes identified here as well. Like you can see here, we have three themes, and in all these themes, we have some sub-themes as well. So like this, we will be able to see all the comments here under the feedback tab. And if you hover over these blue icons at the right, this is basically for the e-data. So if there are any embedded data that you have passed for the while sharing the survey, so that will also be captured for you to better analyze your data. So that's feedback. Now under home, you will be able to see the summary of the response, like the entire sentiment that we have, and then we have some sentiment trends as well. So before coming to this, we'll see first about the themes by the impact volume. So all the themes that were identified, let's say we have four themes here on this particular dashboard, right? So you can see under food and food quality and taste, we have three sub themes. If you click on any of these, you will be able to see the response of that particular sub theme. let's say I am going to negative taste experiences. So you will be able to see the negative responses that have been given and have been bifurcated or classified in this particular subtheme. Similarly, let's say if you want to see about the value for money, you will be able to see the sub-themes, and you can further drill down the data based on that as well. So this is by the impact volume. Then you have word cloud as well, where again you will be able to see all the major themes. Then in case you click on it, you will be able to see the sub themes for those. And if you further click on it, you will be able to see the keywords that have been used for that particular a sub theme. Like you can see waste of money, or the quantity is bad, it's pathetic taste. All these other keywords that have been used to give these responses. In case you want to go back to the initial view, you can just simply click on the home icon and you'll be taken to the main theme categories. Then at the end, you will be having theme cards, which are basically for each themes that you have, you will be able to get some details on that as well. You'll be able to see the summary for that particular theme, the dominant segment, which will, also be based on the demographics. So you can see that male customers age this, experiencing inconsistent food quality. So based on the e-data and the demographics as well, you'll be able to see the dominant segments, the main issues that were highlighted based on the responses, and then the actionable insights to improve that particular theme as well. Then here you will also be able to see the sub theme level distribution. Currently it's on the week level. In case you want to change it to monthly data, that can also be done. So you can just use this filter option and you view the data as monthly. So you can see here for week 17, 36% people out of the total responses were like under this particular sub theme, which is negative taste experiences. Similarly, for all the other for all the other themes, we'll be having theme cards here. Then, so basically, each comment that is given based on the level of the sentiment, it is given a score on the scale of -1 to 1. And based on that score, an average is calculated. So for all the themes we have, we'll be able to see them here. And on these charts as well, we will be able to see the average. So this is the average sentiment, which has been bifurcated on monthly level. And here we have the average based on the themes. So you can see the blue one is about the food quality. This is the score that we have for it currently in the November month. Similarly, for rest of the months as well, you will be able to see the data. Again, here, in case you want to change it to weekly, you can do that as well. Then, lastly, you have the overall sentiment score here. So this was bifurcated on the monthly basis. Right here, we will be able to see the average of the score as well. Now, if you want to add more source, like in case you want to add more surveys or anything, you can do that as well. You can just simply click on add source here, and you can add other surveys, or if you want to add more questions, you can do that as well. For themes as well, in case you want to add your own theme, you can do that. You can just use this edit icon. You can add your new theme, add a sub theme for it. You can manage the predefined themes as well if you want to like change, rename it, or merge anything. You can do that as well using this option. In case you want to share this view with anyone, you have the option to share. You can just copy this link from here and share it with anyone that you want to. So that's how the view would be. So this view you will be able to share with anyone else as well. So that's on Text Genie and the analysis section. I hope that you found the demonstration helpful. Now we'd love to hear from you. The floor is open for you to ask questions. Please feel free to drop the questions in the Q&A section and we'll be happy to answer as many as we can. Okay, so there's a question for the keywords, whether they can be set up in Arabic language as well. So yes, it can be done. So for Text Genie, it's like a separate module. You will be able to see that on the like as a separate module where you can select the surveys and the questions from those surveys. So it will be an independent dashboard. which is like specifically for the open-ended questions. So there's a question from Ibrahim whether we can add questions from different surveys for the same dashboard at TextGenie. So yes, you will be able to add multiple sources. You can select the surveys, and in each of those surveys, you can select the questions that you want to create the TextGenie for. So there's a question from Jedlin whether we can have multiple versions of reports and we can send to different people for different presentations. So you can basically select, you can create different report settings based on the use case. Let's say in case you want to send only the question summary data to a particular person in PDF format or something like that. So you can create one, you can schedule one report for that. And for another one, let's say if you want to send it to another user or any other email ID and you want to send it in a different format, so you can schedule a different report for that. So you can add multiple reports. Richa, for the dropout analysis, you have the shareable link option that you can use to share it with anyone else, and it will be in real time only. So whenever you'll have any new updates on that, it will be added by default. All right, everyone, since we don't have any other question, I guess we can wind up this session. In case we missed any of your question or if you will have anything later as well, please feel free to reach out to your CSMs. We'll be happy to take all your questions. Thank you so much for joining the session. I really hope that you found this informative. Thank you and have a great day.